Good morning, folks. The Premier League 2025-26 season fixtures have been announced, people. If I zoom in, let's immediately go through it. I don't even know how you start this, people. What I will say is thank you for tuning in and watching. Smash the like button, get the creative juices flowing, and let me know your thoughts on everything. Now, let's go through month to month. As we know, these fixtures are subject to change, as you know, the FA Cup, the League Cup, the Champions League, any potential natural weather, like if it's snowing and all that kind of stuff, does TV rights, all of these things play a part in games getting moved around. I want to say one thing. Remember how this, if you can, remember how the season started in August last year. Remember how it ended in May in the Premier League, right? Then bring in the League Cup, the FA Cup, the Champions League, so on and so forth. Then try and remember, like I said, the beginning, the end, and everything in between, whether that's injuries, whether that's players with purple patches of form, whether that was formations changing, team dynamics, people losing form, people getting in form, rating a player and then not rating a player. I say all of that to say this. We need squad depth. So as much as I'm doing a video about this, we ain't got nothing else. It's probably the most exciting, people, really and truly. So yeah, can we get the quality additions into the starting 11? Can we get the depth to be able to handle 2 games a week, 3 games in 10 days? It's all fun and games first month of the season, arguably up until the first international break. But then things start kicking into gear. And naturally, if we're trying to win the Premier League, as I always say, without going into it just yet, from August, we need to be making sure we get it to the end of the year, December, in and around that, people. But yeah, moving on with that, I'm aware that I'm struggling to see this. Let me zoom in a bit for you. Like, hopefully, I'm looking on this screen. You can somewhat see it. We'll read them out quickly, people. In August, we kick off with Manchester United at Old Trafford. That's a London derby. Shout out the Peckham Reds, in it, and big extra shout out to the Manchester United fans who actually live over there. But August sees us kick off the season with Manchester United away. Then we've got Leeds at home. Then we've got a trip to Anfield with Liverpool away. So we're only at the Emirates once. Now, naturally, top 6 games, if you can count Man United as that, they'll be playing 1 game a week, which is reminiscent of when we started this kind of project, right? That's a big month. That's a big month. You've got Leeds bullish. Leeds deserve to be in the Premier League. I'd rather have went to Ellen Road already, because you want to get the away fix, the Old Traffords, the Anfields, the Ellen Roads, the Brighton, so on and so forth. You want to get that stuff done. That needs to be a 9-point month. I don't care how the signings get in, when they get in, but hopefully we've got our striker and our left winger for then. That needs to be 9 points. We know the margin for error is small. I expect Man City to hit back and probably win the league and Liverpool to finish second. So, yeah, we need to be winning at Old Trafford. Declan Rice and David Raya saved our bacon. Leeds are going to be bullish, big team and everything, but you want to kick off life at the Emirates for this season with a win. I've said this every year. I've been on YouTube, to be fair. I want to win at Anfield in the league, and it was all said and done when we played Liverpool at their place a few months back. But yeah, can we go and do that? So you need to be getting 7 to 9 points, 9 minimum, and it's a 6-pointer where Liverpool away at the end of August is concerned. September sees Nottingham Forest at home, Manchester City at home, and Newcastle away. Nasty fixtures. You need to be winning these home games. Nottingham Forest needs to be won. Manchester City, that rivalry is developing. There's always spilt blood, and they're going to want to hit back for their season that's just played out anyways. And I think it's gone under the radar. Arsenal smashed them 5-1. The youngers were doing dirt and whatnot. So that's going to be a difficult game. And we're going to welcome back Colo Toure. I speak about always wanting to get the games, away from home out the way. Newcastle's a nasty fixture. St. James's Park. I always say, if there's foreign football fans, regardless of what team you support, if you genuinely want to catch what they say is typical about Premier League football and fans moving mad in a good way, and that, Newcastle, really. And the last couple trips to Newcastle have been terrible. Let's have it right. So can we put that right? Boy, that's where it gets techie, man. That's where it gets techie, because you want to target 7 to 9 points. Manchester City, it could go either way. We need to be turning up at Newcastle away. I expect to beat Nottingham Forest at home. Maybe we take a bit of a blip in that regards, man. That month, I'm going to say 7 points. October, kind to us, really. You got West Ham we're at the Emirates in that regards. We got West Ham at home. We all know that. I think the Premier League was done a long time before we played West Ham at home. But when we played them at home last season, that was it. And what we need to remember, as cliche as this is, and you can't win them all, people, One, we can't have 14 draws. Two, we can't drop 20 odd points from winning positions if we're serious about winning the league. And three, as cliche as it is, every game is a cup final. So let's try and make the Emirates a fortress and continue our decent away record. And I don't want to sound pessimistic, but I don't think our record against the top six is going to remain. We're going to remain unbeaten against the top six. I hope so. But then you could argue, I've seen City be great, win your leagues where they've been great against the top six. I've also seen them win leagues where they haven't necessarily won the battles against the top six, but they've won in the smaller games and things, which is our Achilles heel, 14 draws, whether that's down to injuries, personnel, and everything in between. You get where I'm going. So that's gonna be a techie month, October. Again, the Champions League is going to start to come into play. Fulham at home, we've been shooting ourselves in the Fulham away. We've been shooting ourselves in the foot recently a number of times, so we need to be winning there. Crystal Palace at home isn't going to be easy, but that's a season, that's a month where you need to be targeting 9 points. Now, as I said, once you start getting to the latter stage of the year, this is when players start getting fatigued. You've had a couple of international breaks, other competitions are starting to come into the fore. Unfortunately, loss of form, injuries, suspensions, these are things that start to become potentially prevalent at a lot of clubs. So once you start getting to the Octobers to Decembers, this is when you really need your squad depth and your players to stand up to be counted. Crystal Palace won't be easy as well. November sees Burnley away, Sunderland away, North London derby, the first one of the season at home to Spurs. Oh, we know we're going to get a lot of pelters because they won the Europa League. And then you've got Chelsea away where we shot ourselves in the foot again, people. Second season in a row, not winning the games where arguably, based on taking the lead. Well, we snatched it the year Declan Rice scored that goal where their keeper was bugging, and we dropped points from winning positions last year. So that can't happen. That's going to be a big month. Of the 12 points available, you need to be getting 9. Smack up Spurs immediately. Big up Sunderland for being back in the Prem. Need to be winning that. Need to be beating the promoting teams. Need to be getting 6 points off all of them. Burnley away, Sunderland away. These are going to be tough. These are going to be tough, really. But we need to be getting 12 points that month. 9 minimum. December, Brentford at home. To be honest, we're not going to know what Brentford look like. I don't know if they're going to lose Mbuemo, Visa, or both. That Thomas Frank's gone. We don't know what they're going to look like. But again, Brentford's not an easy game. They shot us in the foot at our place last season. Aston Villa away. We know what comes with that. But you've got Brentford, Aston Villa, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Everton, Brighton, and Aston Villa. So as you can see, people, we've got 4 games at home and 2 away. December, it's a grind. We kick off the new year. Oh, Bournemouth, we dropped points last season there. Bournemouth away and then Liverpool at home. Then we go away to Nottingham Forest. Then we welcome Manchester United at home. Then we play Leeds away. Boy, that's a techie month as well, I must admit. February, we've got Sunderland at home, Brentford away, Spurs away, Chelsea at home. Why do we keep playing Spurs and Chelsea back to back? No clue, people. But that's quite important, really, for January to February. Got a lot of big teams to play there. March, you've got Brighton away, which, again, drop points. Everton at home, drop points, low blocks. That can't be a thing next year. And then you've got Wolverhampton away. Oof. April, my birth month, the best month of the year. You've got Bournemouth at home on the Saturday, the 11th of April. Manchester City away on the 18th. And then Newcastle away on the 25th. To be honest, that's a nasty month as well. Bournemouth under Areola, Pep Guardiola's City, Eddie Howe's Newcastle. That is nasty. And then we end the month, people, with Fulham at home, West Ham away, Burnley at home, and then Crystal Palace away. Pardon me, not used to see Crystal Palace away at the end of May. It's a bit of an overkill because Crystal Palace, I can't lie, put, nighttime fixtures, Crystal Palace against anyone. It's good value for money where TV rights are concerned, and they do pull off an upset. Hopefully, we've wrapped up the Premier League trophy by then at not the first, second, or third. Fourth that I'm lucky, Fantastic Four, I don't know, people. But yeah, this is a difficult, all the games are difficult, innit? If you were to ask me on the month, I feel could be the one I'm like, oh, August, yeah, but it's the first month. September, not quite. October, November, I kind of feel like that because of the sheer volume of fixtures, and you would have had the Champions League. I always look naturally towards December, if I'm honest with you. Shame we're not playing on Boxing Day, if I'm honest with you, but it is what it is. For me, the December-January period, the December-January period. December to February, really and truly, the December to February period, because of the games, because of all the competitions we hope we're still in this to be able to play, because of the amount of football we would have played and all the talking points that would have followed, and the sheer caliber of the teams. You know, if you don't necessarily think these are big teams, they've got difficult atmospheres and away grounds, or they've got good managers. So yeah, I would say the December to February period. But if you was asking me for a specific month, right now I'm going to say December because there's a lot of games. But don't discount January to February, though. Slightly, don't discount February. Brentford away, Spurs away, Chelsea at home. Can't knock Sunderland as well. January's not nice either. Leeds United away, Man United at home, Forest away, Liverpool at home, Bournemouth away. Ooh, I'd say December or January. Take your pick.
Like